Happy Monday, happy new week. This is Clovette from the SaaS Thinkery chiming in with you. And today we're going to talk about the power of being seen. Yes, the power of being seen. So why do I want to talk about this with you today? Perhaps you're like me, a corporate entrepreneur, right? Perhaps you're an SDR, BDR, an account executive. Maybe you're a consultant, a coach. Perhaps you're both, right? Either way, whichever one of those roles you're operating inside of, you work in a forward-facing role. So you're picking up that phone, you're calling people, making those outbound calls from dead air, from nothingness. You are generating connections. You're sending out those follow-up emails, right? You're doing what it is required in order to have a successful sales business, because it is my wholehearted belief that even if you're operating as a business development rep or an account executive in someone else's company, that's still your business, because they equipped you with a book of leads, right? They handed you off some leads, right? A whole book of business that you are responsible for. You are responsible for driving sales across the line. So you're in business. You're in the business of being successful. So inside of that, here's what we have to all understand while we're making these dials and we're sending out these emails, is that our prospects, they are very skeptical. They have a lot of skepticism, right? So even when you happen to reach one of them and maybe you even book the meeting and you have a awesome intake conversation, right? That 15 minutes that you spoke with them was amazing, got them in touch with why they would even want to book a meeting with you, what is possible for them out of having a conversation with you. Once you send that email off, they look at that email and they be like, I wonder if they wrote that email. Did they copy and paste it? Is that something that they sent to all the people that they call, right? And you could have sat down and put your best 10 minutes in crafting that email just for them. But those are the thoughts that they have, because customers have become very, very savvy. They know when they receive an email that says, "Hi, Mary," right? They know that businesses use systemization now. So they don't get all those warm and fuzzy feelings from seeing that "Hi, Mary," right? They don't feel it when they see their name in that subject line like they used to feel it at the advent of email marketing. So in order to cut through that, like my grandmother used to say, like cut through the fat, video marketing is something that will help you accomplish this. Now, if you're already doing video, kudos to you. One of the apps that I love is Bomb, like throwing a video bomb in their email, right? Bomb integrates with Gmail, so it's really easy for you if you add the extension to your Gmail via Chrome. It's all, every time you open up your email, you'll see Bomb, and you can just click it, record your video, and send it off, right? Now, if you have not gotten on the video train yet, I invite you to join me. I invite you to join me on the video train. Now, what can this actually look like for you? This could look like you sending videos using Bomb via email. So you're sending it directly to their email, which is a very personable thing to do, because everyone gets email and everyone opens their email, right? They may not open it as soon as you see it, but emails that people are expecting and that they view are important to their lifestyle, they're going to open them. So let's take the case that they view your email as such and they open them and they see that video in there. They're going to, hands down, 100%, they're going to click the video button before they even read what is accompanying the email, right? Or perhaps you're in a position where you're gearing up to start creating content about what your company offers, right? Which is another phenomenal step for you to take. Why? Because this humanizes you as a salesperson, in addition to creating you an authority, which you are. You're an authority. Now, before I get into, because I do want to share a principle that I have used to get comfortable with recording videos, I want to be really transparent with you, because it wasn't always that way for me. I'm a third-degree burn survivor. I became a third-degree burn survivor at 8 years old. And so I spent the majority of my youth and my teenage years going through surgery, restoring my health and well-being, And honestly, in my 20s, I spent my whole 20s searching for my self-confidence, right? And it feels kind of weird in reflection for me to even say this, because at the time when I got burned, I was a dancer, right? I was moving into being a full-time dancer, right? I was participating in hip hop dance, a little bit of contemporary, but it was mostly hip hop. And anyone who knows anything about hip hop, right, especially if you're from New York, I'm a New Yorker, you gotta have complete confidence, right? Right, complete creativity and confidence inside of that. But I had lost it. So the first time one of my coaches, my network marketing coaches, was like, Clovette, you need to do video, right? And he told me this over the phone. Shout out to Eric in Canada. He told me this on the phone, right? And I was like, okay, I'll do video, right? Now, we were leading up to visiting San Jose, California for our regional training. If you've been in network marketing before, you know that every quarter there's a regional training where you and all your peeps come together, right? And you find out, do product developments and things of that nature and get the inspiration and motivation that you need in order to go out in the world and rock your business. So we're at the event, right? And he's like, Clovette, I want to get back to this video. I said, yes, I remember. I'm going to do the video. He said, yes, you are. And he picked up his phone and clicked record and was like, start talking about the business. And I just started talking, right? Now, I didn't think about how I looked. Though I was well dressed, I didn't even think about it, right? I didn't think about my monkey mind wasn't jumping around, because I'm a performer. And I've always been a performer. So the moment I see action, right, a red record button, a play button, or music comes on in the studio and it's time for me to dance, I just perform. I stop thinking. That's the best way to say it. I stop thinking and I just perform. So if you're like me and you're not 100% comfortable, or like I was, right, not 100% comfortable hitting that red button, I'm gonna let you know that it may take a few videos for you to get excited about doing videos, but it's just a part of the growing pains. And it doesn't have to be painful. Because here's the thing. After my coach recorded that video, he posted it on social media. This was maybe 10 years ago. To this day, I have no clue where that video is. I know it's somewhere on Facebook, but I couldn't find it if I wanted to, right? But he posted it on Facebook, and he may have even posted it to his YouTube channel, because he was big on YouTube at the time. 3 days later, I go home, right? I'm at home. I'm back in my environment. Clovette doesn't record videos consistently. Clovette had never hit a record button. He was the source of that video. So one of the things that's so powerful about having a coach and having someone to push you is that they will push you to do things that you wouldn't normally do on your own. And at the same time, it can still have some limitation when they're not at the source of your transformation. So I went home and it hit me like, oh my gosh, I wasn't at the source of that video. So when I opened up, picked up my phone, opened up the video app to record the video, I had all the shakes. All the shakes, right? And I was like, woo, I can't do this, right? And then I went and got my Mac, and I opened up QuickTime or MovieTime or whatever I opened up, and I was like, I'm gonna record a video. And I probably did about 50 takes before I recorded a video that I felt was worthy of being seen, right? Worthy of being seen. And at the time, I owned a hair salon, and so my aesthetics was priority for me, right? Aesthetics from how I look, from what's coming out of my mouth, right? How I'm using languaging. Am I hitting all the right points? Am I speaking to the right people? Did I describe that product correctly? Like, I had all of these thoughts going on, right? I had the monkey mind, as a lot of us coaches call it, right? The monkey mind, where your thoughts are just jumping around. Statistics say that 80,000, each of us have at least 80,000 thoughts a day. So think about, you're trying to do something new. You're committed to video. You hit the record button, and here your monkey mind is just jumping all around with all these thoughts, right? That was me. So if this is you, let yourself off the hook, right? Pat yourself on the back for even having the courage to hit that red button, and know that your first video is not going to be perfect. Something about it is you're going to be critical about it, right? And that's fine, and that's okay. So I wanted to share that with you, so you don't view this as like me just telling you, oh, the power of being seen, get out there, jump out there, it's so easy, because it's not always that way, right? However, with that said, I want to provide a distinction to you that I believe would be helpful. And that the distinction is performance over perfection. Now, this is the distinction that I used in order to inspire myself to record videos consistently, or whenever I choose to record them, right? Because sometimes you'll see me record videos, every day for 90 days, and then I might take a break because I'm a metaphysician. So I might decide I'm gonna implement this new framework or learn how to do this new modality, and I'll take a break from video. But then when I decide to come back, there's no resistance, there's no hesitation, because I always have this distinction to lean on. So performance over perfection. So listen, we all have those things about us that when we're displaying it out into the world, we want it to be perfect, right? When we're projecting our voices, when we're projecting our visuals, our body, our spirit, our energy out into the world, right? We want it to be perfect. We want it to look a certain way. We want our message to land in a certain way, right? We even want recognition and acknowledgement. That's a part of being human, and that's okay, right? And inside of using this distinction, I acknowledge all those things. I acknowledge those things about myself. I want to be rewarded for the content that I put out there. I want my content to be acknowledged. I want to know that what I am investing my time in doing, right? Because it took, right now we're at 11 minutes and 53 seconds, right? So that's 11 plus minutes of my life that I'm sitting down to contribute to you, right? And of course I want acknowledgement for that. I'm human. Right? And I fully accept that, and I don't skate or skirt around it. And I want to give you the permission to do the same thing. Don't skirt around, the things that you feel that you need or you want to have in order to do the thing, right? You're deserving of it. And if you want it, you should have it. And with that said, when we're leveraging this distinction, performance over perfection, we're putting perfection on the back burner. So maybe perfection looks like your 100th video or your 20th video, right? After you're doing some videos, getting some critiques, getting people to comment, reaching out to people in your network, having them watch the video, and then providing you feedback so that you find out exactly, what did you do wrong, or I'm gonna take that word back, or what you can do to make your video experience more effective and pleasurable for people, right? So perhaps perfection is your 10th video, of your 20th video, of your 100th video, right? But you're gonna put the right to be perfect at the back end, right? So, if you think about your stove, right? Whether you cook on that stove or not, we all know there are 4 to 8 burners on any stove. So if you have a standard stove, you have 4 burners on it. So if you have, if you're cooking and you have 4 pots on the stove, you're gonna always put the pot that you don't need right now in the back. So perhaps you're cooking some beans and frying some chicken, right? So you're not going to put the fried chicken on the back burner. Why? No, because the chicken is frying. You need to see when the chicken is golden, you need to turn the chicken over. Where the beans take 2 to 3 hours to cook. So you're going to put that on the back burner. You're not going to put that in the front burner, right? Unless that's the only thing you're cooking. So being that you're cooking up different things, right, through your cold calling, your email marketing, seeing those LinkedIn messages, right? You have many things on the stove. You're going to put your perfection on the back burner, and you're going to put performance on the front burner. So you're going to focus more on performance than you do perfection. You're going to acknowledge the perfection. You're going to write down what it is that you need. You're going to write down the things that you're going to want to retrieve out of the experience so you can perfect it, right? But you're going to put performance first. You're going to put performance first. That is the distinction that I use in order to get my butt in front of the camera and do it without any hesitation, any resistance, any of the, letting the monkey mind go and letting the monkey mind know, thank you for sharing. I wrote it down. I got it. You are valued. You are honored. But this is what we're doing. This is the direction that we're headed in, right? So why video for you? Listen, we've already talked about it a little bit. It humanizes the experience because here's the thing. You have the competence or you wouldn't be in your role, or you wouldn't have launched that business, right? You're already competent, right? The only thing that's lacking is perhaps clarity. So once you know exactly what it is that you want to say, what you want to convey, what would be the most valuable thing to share with your prospect, you can go ahead and hit record. And in doing so, that's where you get the confidence. One of the things that I love about one of my coaches, Rich Litfin, shout out Rich, he says this all the time, and it's something that I have leveraged as well, is confidence is the result of action, right? So if you have the personality that you're going to have a bias for action, when you complete the action, that's when you'll see the confidence, right? Because once you hit record and the video is up and they have witnessed it and they share with you, hey, thank you so much for sending that video. There's the confidence. That's where you have the confidence. When you share the video with your community and they give you that feedback, there the confidence will appear, right? So understand that, right? You already have the confidence because you're in the role. You have the clarity, or if you don't, you're going to go ahead and get the clarity that you need to proceed, and you're going to record the video and your confidence will be right there with you. So I really hope and pray that what I share with you today will increase your probability of starting to do videos and hopping on this video train with me. Yes. And before I go, I have to send a shout out to Nick Camato. He was the inspiration for this video today. I just completed a breakthrough session with him. He is a phenomenal entrepreneur in SaaS. He has raised almost $1 billion in his business. So if you're not connected to Nick Camato, go ahead and reach out to him on LinkedIn. He's super approachable, but he was the inspiration for my video today. He also provided the title for it inside of our breakthrough session. So thank you so much for chiming in with me. If you would like to do any mock calls, if you want to hop on videos and you need some additional guidance around that, feel free to send me a message. You can reply to this video on YouTube. You can reach out to me directly on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn profile will be in the comment section or description section or wherever YouTube has it. Again, please forgive me. I'm just starting on this YouTube train and I'm still figuring it all out, right? But performance over perfection. So I didn't worry about the banner, the logo, and all that other stuff. I just started recording, and I invite you to do the same. Mwah.